but I'm very much around. Now to the Rotary Grace, O Lord and giver of all that is good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, Freddie. Miss Kongo.
Good evening, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and guests. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you very much. And as predicted, Antoine Ataturuka, the Sergeant at Arms, you find heavy objects of road. Will do this for us. And since Priska should also be added to the essay list, Ben, I'm just getting you customers for the day. Let's see who else is not on camera. Valentine, objects of Rotary.
Okay. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a basis of worthy enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster, first, the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, high ethical standards in business and professions, the recognition of the worthiness of all useful occupations, and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace through the World Fellowship of Business and Professional Persons united in the ideal of service.
Thank you, Valentine. All right, so before we get to the agenda of this meeting, we would like to hear from a number of us just to see how people are doing. Feel free to tell us everything that you have been through this week, the good times, anything since you were last here. Let's interact for about the next 5 minutes, and then we'll have our speaker, IPDG Alex. So we'll choose 5 people randomly and then do 1 or 2 rounds of introductions. So randomly, Elvis, since you said you're running away later, you could say hello. So Elvis, President Steve, you've been away for a long time. Welcome back. Could also say hello. Let's see who's not sitting around. Leader, not just for 2 friendships. So, 100% in order to make this Steve, Leader, Vicky, Eric.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I hope you are all well. Apologies, I'm not sure if SK's audio is choppy for just me. I do know that the UK has horrible internet. I did not think it was this bad, but I am well. It's always a pleasure to be in the company of Jabalians. We are truly a dependable family, and good to see you, DG, IPDG. We were together at the Sunshine Rally over the weekend. It was fantastic. So let's enjoy this meeting, guys.
Okay, Elvis, at what point did I get lost?
When you're talking about the order of people, I know I'm there. There's Steve. I'm not sure there's Vicky at some point. So it was rather choppy. We didn't get the list properly.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Steve was there. So Steve, over to you.
Thank you, President SK. And yes, as Elvis, you've said, I can confirm there is good internet in UK. I'm not sure where exactly SK is, so perhaps that can be blamed on the internet connectivity that is making him sound like ICC witnesses. Good evening, everybody.
Wow.
My name is Steve Minor. I'm currently the team leader at the Rotary Club of Nairobi Central, and by extension, a friend of the Rotary Jabali. And yesterday we had a fellowship, an amazing fellowship at our club. We were hosting the district governor, and Jabali was represented by 2 of their members. So yes, we are here to reciprocate that honor by attending your invite and learning various insights from IPDG. So thank you, President SK, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Steve. You'll have to pay for the comments you've made. Besides, behind the tent after this, there was Lydia. So Lydia, Vicky, and the last person was Eric.
Hi, President SK. Hi, everyone. This is Lydia. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
So this is Lydia from Nairobi Thika Road. Happy to be here. Looking forward to hearing more and just getting to know. I'm a friend of Jabali. So yeah, looking forward to hearing and getting to know more about doing business with Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Vicky.
That is me, right? Because I think there's more than one Vicky.
Yes, that is you.
Okay, all right. Hi, everyone. I am glad I'm audible. That confirms my audibility, right? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
You are.
I actually had to log out as well and log in again because I was thinking it was my connection that had a problem. I am well today. It's nice to join this amazing group. I am a member of Rotary Nairobi Parklands, and I think Jabali by proxy. I will think about making that official. Other than that, I am happy to be here and I look forward to learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicky. So the last person was Eric Mogo. Eric?
Yeah, good evening, family and friends of Rotary. I hope you're all doing fine. From my side, I'm doing well, and I'm happy to be here to learn. I'm a member of Jabali, and I can say that despite being in a third world country, we are better off in internet. I had to check also if it's my internet connection, but thank you, SK, for confirming we are not that world in internet.
London is snowing. I think that's why the president is having trouble.
SK. We lost him now. So Mutie, are you in? Hi everyone. Mutie, Ben, is anyone from the IT guys able to connect with the SK? He just logged off.
Yeah, I think his connection was quite poor. So at this point, I might say I'm proud to be Kenyan.
He's also Kenyan, isn't he?
Still Kenya.
On the internet, on the internet pattern. So where were we? Who was next? Eric was following you.
I think he was the last
Was
one.
the last one. I believe we can invite our incoming president, Gaia, to say hi.
Yeah, I was actually looking for him. Guy, you're here? Terrell? Gaia, Terrell. Then we go to Eva. So Eva, in the absence of all our presidents, we'll hand over the floor to you to introduce our guest.
Hi everyone. Apologies for whatever has happened with SK. I have no idea what has happened. Probably the UK have decided today no internet. So I am sure someone must have been appointed to introduce the guest. So you should know yourself. Kindly you can take the floor. Oh, William?
Yes, sorry, I had some internet issues. Hello, Rotary family. I want to invite our guest and just to give a lowdown of who our guest is. That is Mr. Alex Nyaga, who is the group CEO at Parapet Group of Companies, leading in integrated facilities management solutions company in East Africa. He's born in a family of Rotarians. DG Alex was captivated by the community service work of his father and the past district governor, retired Harry Mugo, and his mom, and which later inspired him to join and serve as the charter president in the youngest Rotary Club then, that is the Rotary Club of Nairobi, Langata. DG Alex is the immediate past district governor of our district, 9212, having served as DG in 2021 to 2022. IPDG Alex is a major donor to the Rotary Foundation, TRF. He is the charter president of the Rotary Club of Nairobi, Langata. RCL was chartered in August 2021 and is currently the biggest Rotary club in District 9212 with 139 members and 9 more being inducted tomorrow. Alex is happily married with 2 adorable sons, and in his spare time enjoys dancing, swimming, networking, and mentoring. Mr. Alex, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, William, for that very kind introduction. A very good evening to you all. President Samuel, and I can see a number of my friends here. My family of Rotarians at Jabali, good evening. And I'm very excited indeed that this is the inaugural conversation that I'll be having with you this evening or this afternoon for some of you who are still Maju and enjoying not so good weather while we are burning here. We can sambaza us to use some sunshine as we move along. Now, when Charter President Samuel approached me to just have a conversation around Rotarians doing business, I was very excited about it. And for one, this is something that I hold very dear to my heart, given that when we go back to when Rotary started, it started on the premise of networking. When the founder leader, Paul Harris, got together with a gentleman called Gustavo and a gentleman called Sylvester and Hiram to come together and just have lunch and catch up and get to know each other. This is when things were born around, you go bring a friend of yours who is doing a different type of business or running a different type of vocation, to come together and let us break bread together. That's the very basic essence before even issues to do with service came about later on as they progressively got to meet on their weekly fellowships. And that's the reason why Rotary still has that particular DNA of putting networking as the primary part of why Rotarians do actually come together. I don't think you will probably are privy to any organization apart from, I know, BNI, which specifically meets to discuss or to network together. I do not know of any other organization personally, not even in your religious standings. We churches, people will come on a Sunday service, finish the service, exchange pleasantries, chapa kikombe of chai, and go home. Now, Rotary is one of those spaces where every week you have a very clear opportunity for you to be able to actually get to know someone genuinely. And how do we start networking? There are 3 or 4 parts that I would like us to discuss. And one starts from charity at home. The number of people I see here, at least 30 members. And since the time I believe you're chartered, you are more than that. I want to truly believe that you're still those numbers. But I'll give the example of Langata, for instance. Today, Langata is a club of 141 members. And in the next, actually tomorrow, I'll be inducting another 9 new members. And that will bring us to around 150 members in the club. Every week and beyond the week, we are always having brief sessions together, discussing and networking and growing each other's knowledge around how can we get to benefit from each other's vocations. From the conversations that we get to have during our publicly known swallowships is where these interactions and business deals happen. So when we start at home, you find that you're building a closer network of people that ideally serve the very purpose of you being a Rotarian. And it starts with a P. This lapel is one very important definition of why should I trust somebody while doing business. And it counts on 3 things. When somebody sees you wearing that particular pin, they always answer or respond to 3 of those questions. That indeed, this person is dependable. That indeed, this individual is available. And indeed, this individual, I can count on them. Those are, amongst other key ingredients, are the very central part of how you view somebody who you intend to do business with, because you already need to establish a level of trust. If I'm willing to look at how do I go about building my dream home, it has to look at, I've ended up looking at people who ideally are offering this particular vocation within my club. And oftentimes I even look at it from this point. When I go back from the time that we started the club, a lot of my life decisions have been made with Rotarians in mind. When I built my home, from the architect to the QS to the contractor to the interior designer, everybody involved were all Rotarians. And the job was done in perfect condition because of the very principles that I've just talked a little earlier. When I look at business, in terms of the businesses that I'm running, and in particular, the one that you're familiar with, Parapet Group, a lot of the customers that have come to me, I've had people come and give me links and telling me that there are opportunities that are there for us to be able to be of service to another organization. Not necessarily having somebody working within that organization, but somebody that connection. Because they know that they are referring somebody who is dependable, who is available, and who they can count on to deliver the service that is expected. So, my dear family, there is no Rotary without networking. That equation is up to you to be able to decide, how do I plug in to be able to get things done? And here, I've just talked about that of starting here at home within Jabali. The second area I would like to request that you start looking at is within your district. You cannot survive in isolation. I build my networks by ensuring that it started with a simple act of making it my business that every once a week before I attend my own club meeting, I will make up in a club that I have never been before. And every week, I would choose a club, either go at a lunchtime or at a dinner or at a breakfast. Whether I'm in the country or out of the country, I would always make up in a Rotary Club. And I'm not doing this for the sake of looking at the primary contact of being able to build my network. I always say that networking is actually a benefit that comes out of your good nature of just getting to interact and fellowship with people in a very intentional and genuine way. When you make yourself very intentional about creating relationships, lasting relationships, networks and business will follow. That one I can guarantee you. But with it, you have to invest in building relationships with those individuals. So the second part has been one of that critical area where you go out and you're given an opportunity when you are asked to stand. And it pains me at times when I see a Rotarian comes to a club and is asked to introduce themselves and say, oh, my name is Alex Nyaga, and then says, I'm from Rotary Club of Jabali. And it's like they are shy to even say which club they are from, or they're even shy to even say what they do. You have been given your moment to be able to blow your trumpet. And during every instance that you are given an opportunity to speak and introduce yourself, blow your own horn. Give your name, give your vocation, and say that you're ready to do business because it's the right thing to say. And with it, I have found very many opportunities having opened up and many doors opening up because I was very, and I continue to be very intentional about calling myself a proud cleaner. The third area that I would like to urge you to explore is to go beyond your district. And the opportunities that are open to you are through the functions, and I'll ask you later on about whether you're registered for the district conference. The district conference and the international assemblies are one very rich areas to be able to build a lasting friendship and network of people that are like-minded, of people that are from different nations, different cultures, different business environments, that you indeed, you'll never know. Because I mean, as Jabali, you guys are the youngest within the district. And you have a very good opportunity because you are outliers. You have the world open to you. It excites me that this evening I'm just getting to have conversation with people who are sitting in London, in Japan, in the US, in Kenya, in Githurai. And we are sitting here together talking about how we can be able to work together to build each other very intentionally. So make that point of making and daring to make an investment in attending the various conferences that either take place in intercities or the conferences that take place in the regional ones, like now for Addis that is coming up in the month of May. And also the bigger one, which is the international convention, at least attend one convention or two conventions. And you find that it actually becomes very addictive. I'll give you a story about how I have built a very successful business out of a relationship I built by having to sit down with a gentleman called Kenneth Mugisha, who I'm sure some of you know is a past district governor in Uganda. And I met Ken Mugisha at a Rotary convention in Barcelona. And during that particular convention, we just had easy conversations, and I was looking at going out into the East Africa region in delivering facilities management solutions around there. And I was really struggling to think about who can I place, because there are great opportunities that are coming out of Uganda. And when we had this conversation, it was very clear-cut. My mind was made and my mind was set. We clicked. Individuals that we met just once, and we've created lifetime, such close friendships that I call him my brother, and so does he. And his family are my family. And today, 8 years down the line, the Uganda business is a 63% market share in that area. And I never bother having to go over there every now and then, because I know I have a dependable, available, and somebody I can count on who is watching over the business on that other end. I could go on and on about the businesses in Rwanda and in South Sudan, and shortly coming in Zambia and in Tanzania. And all of them, I can tell you this: I have all executed and started off this particular process because I am working with a Rotarian. So my fellow leaders, I would like to spend the rest of our time getting to know each other a little better, and to have questions where you are concerned about how more we can be able to cultivate this notion of being business leaders that are active in looking at networking as a primary source of how we get things done within Rotary. As I close, we have our past district governor, Eric Kimani, whom I charged when I was the district governor to set up what you call the Fellowship of Rotarians Doing Business together. It's a WhatsApp group that has been currently going on within the district. And if you're interested after this chat, I'll be more than happy to link you up with that particular group. And this is a set of groups that are within the district of 9212 in Ethiopia, Kenya, Eritrea, and South Sudan. And in these spaces, we are bringing people of like-mindedness and in different vocations, and identifying different vocations where there are certain gaps and where we can be able to actively just be good at coming together and doing business together in a very intentional way. So that said, thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for always keeping it one love. I've enjoyed the opening session of the reggae that was just playing a little earlier. And I'm looking forward to enjoying this amazing evening with each one of you. And as we continue holding each other together, because the only way you can get the what's in it for me as a Rotarian, apart from all the great work that you continue giving to your community, you cannot feed or you cannot do anything from an empty cup. You need to fill yourself up as a Rotarian and not be shy about it. And the only way you can do that, and one of the sources that you can be able to do that apart from your own mental health, is looking at how can you build yourself from a business point and front. I'm sure some of you experience the Rotarians doing business as we set up circles around the Karura forest, where we asked people to come and interact and set up businesses there, so people can come and just get to do and buy your wares and get to know what you do. And this year, there are plans to get that done and continue in a continuous basis through our past president and leader, Janet Mathenge. And please, when called upon, step up, show up. Let's do it together. And thanks so much, guys. And always remember to keep it one love. Thanks. Over to you, Chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much, IPD Alex. I hope now I can be heard and London is not playing me.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you, Sam.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, IPDG Alex. Thank you for your time. And I think as you've rightly put it, part of this evening is to just exchange ideas amongst our membership and yourself and visiting Rotarians and Rotaractors on how best we can benefit from the Rotary platform, from the opportunities that Rotary give us to expand our professional and business opportunities. And I know most of us are witnesses of it. It's just, I think, we don't say it loud enough, as IPDG has said. So anyone amongst us who has a question, who has a contribution, just put it on chat or raise your virtual hand and we'll have a discussion. If time allows, I think the next 15 or so minutes, just for us to engage and exchange ideas. And I'll start, let me be the first to ask a question. And this is around building a club, which is an experience. I think those of us who were here when we were starting Jabali know that IPDG Alex was the person who challenged us to come together and do this. So IPDG, with what have you learned from building RCL? What are the best practices for maintaining the club friendship, maintaining and growing membership, and also supporting each other throughout the phases of life? Because I think life serves us different phases as and when we are growing. So what has been your experience the last 20 odd years in building RCL, that you all have grown together? Most charter members are still members. What's the experience like, and what are the lessons you could share with us at Rotary Jabali?
Well, thank you for that question, CP. Could I kindly request that I take about 3 or 4 questions and I can respond to each one of them?
All right, that's okay. That's okay. So we are taking questions. You can raise your virtual hand. You can put your question on chat. And we have some time to take a few questions.
I have a question.
Yes, I think that's Eva.
Yeah, thank you, Alex, for sharing your business experience with Rotary. My question will be around, did you have experiences where probably you had business experiences with Rotarians or tried to approach Rotarian to partner with and you were turned down? Do you have such stories for us? And if yes, what did you do? How did you bounce back, basically?
All right, thank you, Eva. Our COO, MM.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, SK. My question is to IPDG. Alex, whether he's actively involved in his business because it's really a huge business. I mean, actively 100% involved in the business, and how has he built capacity to ensure that his business continues to succeed? Same passion that he has, even if he's not there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, MM. Alan.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, IPDG. I think, first of all, is that IPDG should just give this talk back at the home club. It's high time, and I think it's really needed. But to my question, IPDG, how business relationships are more or less, they boil down to a personal relationship, and you gave a very good example of PDG Mukisha. So how can younger Rotarians leverage on that relationship within Rotary to create these business relationships? Because I feel like older Rotarians may have a perceived notion as regards younger Rotarians, and how can one get out of that cocoon of this particular perception and just enable younger Rotarians, do business with the older Rotarians? Thank you.
All right, thank you, Alan. I think we can take those four. IPDG.
Thank you. Thank you for those very valid questions, guys, and Meshkuru Sana. Now, I'll start with the question from Sam CP. Learnings from RC Langata on the best practices of growing a club that size. One of the things that indicated, I said, you go back to the DNA of how Rotary is formed. And it's the same thing that I truly believe that Rotary is by invitation. None of us joined here just by walking in and saying, I am Valentine Weni and I just want to join this club and I feel cool about it. And she has no clue who is around her or who introduces her and so on. First, you're introduced by somebody. Now, this is an individual who already is part of the membership of the club and who believes that the person they're inviting carries with them the true values of being a person of good standing, a business person of good standing, and one that carries and espouses the values of serving above self, and also with the 4-way tests as an anchor for all that we do. So you already have quality coming at the door. And quality coming at the door, it gives you that great comfort that you are in the right space and you can be vulnerable, and that you can be able to trust that this person is available to you and that this person is dependable and that this person can be counted upon. So it starts from that particular space, and you find that as you commit and put and immerse yourself in being available in your own club attendance of your meetings, you will get to know Irina a bit better. You will get to know Eric a bit better and what he does, or Richard at all. And if you don't, you can Be what is commonly referred to as a rhino. A Rotarian in name only. You only attend a meeting once in a while, turn off your camera. People don't even know how you look, whether you wear specs, whether you wear braids. No one has a clue about what you do and how you even look. I might end up leaving this meeting having only seen my familiar face in Charter President somewhere. And maybe now Emmanuel Terrell, who has put on his camera. But if I was to meet Emmanuel Terrell elsewhere, and he tells me that, you know, I'm Emmanuel Terrell, I'm the guy from Jabali, and I do IT, and I have no clue how he even looks, I will not be able to affirm that. So guys, it's about showing up. It's about turning up, that you find that vibe that is always created when you attend club meetings, regular club meetings, you get to know somebody very intimately. And beyond that, what people may tend to think that doesn't build certain great relationships is what we call fellowship. Get-togethers beyond just a club. And I was challenging Charter President Sam here, and I was telling him, look, guys, as much as you're meeting online and it's comfortable to do that, find those sessions where you can have small groups where you can be able to come together, you can be able to interact together over just a casual talk. Every quarter, with the size of a club that we have a men's boozy, where men of the club go to the forest and we chinja mbuzi and we just do men talk. The ladies on the same day go do what they do best, high teas, dress ups, all that kind of stuff. They have their own themed parties where they go and really have their own fun. What does that do? By the time they're coming, they can't wait to attend the next club meeting, because then they are really re-energized in everything that they set up. For those of you running businesses today and are working for organizations, how do you reconnect? How do you re-energize? How do you reignite your spirit of that organization? It is through some of the things that you hear about team building or coming together for just hangouts or dress down Fridays and let's go climb a hill or a mountain, whatever the case may be, that brings everyone together. So it's very simple, Dr. President. Get people out of the notion of just thinking that they are just a Rotarian, but more so cultivate the and nurture the friendships that you will build for a very long time. Go in for the long game. Don't look at it as a short-term gain that you're coming into a Rotary Club just for the sake of attending a meeting for 1 hour. Rotary happens beyond club meetings. So that's where the fun and the plug-in really takes place. Now going to Eva, and this is, have I ever been, the question was around, have I ever been turned down by a Rotarian in terms of doing business? Well, as I said, I'm very clear about what I would wish to engage with somebody, and you get each one of us are human beings, not just walk in and say, you know, can we do business together, and just walk up to somebody, tell them let's do business together. It doesn't work that way. As I said, it takes a lot of time to start learning and seeing whether you're able to connect and seeing, can we do things together? Can we either get into a venture together, or can we be able to get into a deal together that is common to us? That happens only when you build a relationship. Just the same way, even out there, I'm sure you will not just walk up to your relative because they're relative and tell them, let's start a business together and put in 50-50, and that's how it works. It doesn't work that way. Invest your time in getting to know whether this is the right partner that you want to work with and to do business with. And that way, you would never have those errors of judgment. And as such, if they were to happen, it is in very rare cases. And I wish to say that I have not had the unfortunate part of going through that. Now to Mutie, Parapet and other businesses I'm involved, I create the time for each and every one of the business. As an entrepreneur, if you don't create time for your business, it will fail. And I must be very honest with you, the time when I had a busy schedule as a district governor, there were nuts in the crack that I had fallen off by the time I was coming back into full operation. But the impact was much less. And why has this happened? I built a business of 25 years, and Parapet being the longest one. And during that particular period, I've learned one thing. The owners of the business are the people who work with that business. I'm just a steward of that business. I'm just an enabler of that business. But the people who run the business are the ones that are there on a day-to-day basis. The stewards, the supervisors, the managers, the heads of department running the business can run it without you. You are not indisposable. Once you understand that, you are available to offer the support and direction, and you create your time to dream about the future of the business, and you lead it from that particular direction. But the minute your leadership style changes towards everything must go through me, and everyone has to ask me any authority, any approvals to have to go through me, then ideally you're losing the bigger picture. You end up not empowering people. You end up not having to grant people the leeway to make mistakes, and given the fact that there is no one who has the what do I call it, there's no one who has the monopoly of knowledge, not even leaders, is the ultimate fact that one has to accept as a leader that you're a wise fool. Yes, I said it. All of us are fools here. There's none of us who has a monopoly of knowledge. And as long as you understand that, and that you understand that you're a speck in this world, everyone else will understand the fact that anyone who comes to the table has something to present, has an idea to be able to give, and must be respected in that sense. And when you empower people on your way, you're able to see, indeed, is it time for me to actually leave and move on to the next bigger thing? And knowing that you have left it in a very solid hands. And that's the only time that you realize that you put together a business that will outlive you. So yes, indeed, I am very much part and parcel of the business. I know exactly what's going on because I have empowered people, and I am very well briefed, and I know how to get things on the ground without necessarily going through everybody. So, and to Alan, my fellow Langatarian and our diaspora leader in out there in Scotland, thank you. It's so good to see you on this call. The question was around how can young Rotarians connect in doing business with older Rotarians? I would like to remove the first word, young and old. In Rotary, there is no young or old in experience. It doesn't matter who you are. Everyone has have the same rights, have the same, there is no titles. It's an issue of coming in together as brothers and sisters that are there to do good and to do business together and to benefit and grow in leadership as they should. So there is not any singular point that I would wish to point out that there is an old and young. And that's the perception that we have to remove from our minds. Each one of you have something to offer, and so do I. So if that is the case, it is important that you go with that notion that if I have something to offer in IT and I have something to offer in cleaning, these are symbiotic relationships that we have to accept that we are host beneficiaries in everything that we set out to do. So there is not a singular time that I should think that you as a younger person will look down upon you because I'm an older business, and it doesn't work that way. And I would like us to change that perception and go out there and really build on that relationship. And you'll actually see in Langata, initially we had that struggle of having younger in age Rotarians who struggle in terms of fitting in. And all those barriers were broken from the point of just removing those titles and just saying, look, guys, let's come together and let's do Rotary together. Let's live Rotary together. And that way, people have been able to have situations where they're employed, others have started their own businesses, others have been supported in their own businesses by Rotarians or colleagues who are in that same club, and so on and so forth. So the opportunities are endless, and I think this is where we should be able to all plug in and remember that ideally Rotary needs you, and Rotary business requires you because you are doing the right thing, and you are doing the right thing with great ethics, with the motto of I am dependable, I am available, and I can not it upon. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, IPDG Alex. I think we can take another round, if another round of questions. We can take a final round of 3 or 4 questions. Just put your virtual hand up, or type in the chat. Okay, going once. Yes, William, you'll go first.
Okay. IPDG, I just wanted to know what do you consider to have contributed most to your success in terms of, is it the people that that you have around? Is it the processes that you have for your businesses? Or is it you have good products? Or also is it technology? What contributed the most to the success that you've had?
Right, thank you, William. There's a question from Terrell, typing from the office. What's the key business street smart skills that you've learned over the years? Street smart versus book smart. I bet that's the contrast. We can take a final question or 2. Going once. Going twice. All right, I think we can close on that.
All right, thank you for those questions. William, what contributed to your success? I would say it's in every business, you start with the people. Because people are the ones who carry vision. People are the ones who carry on your dream as an entrepreneur or as a business leader. And without identifying the right people to do that, then ultimately your business will fail. And I think I want to add to that. It takes a lot of great hard work to grow and to become successful in every endeavor that you do. And success doesn't end that I have reached, doesn't have an end plan. It's a journey. It doesn't have an end game. It's a journey, and with a lot of ups and downs. And ultimately, the teams that you form are the ones who will take you through the bad times and through the good times. And it's just an issue of managing them in terms of knowing how you are able to feed them well and being able to deliver the teamwork efforts that actually drive performance, that drive results that really ultimately deliver the successful business that you call as such. So it starts with the people, identifying the right people to get it done. And the rest, as I said, processes, your ideas, all come into play, but with the right people. And now the second thing, I did not get the lady's name, but what are the street smart things that you've learned over the years? I keep on telling my friends that I learn every day. I'm doing an MBA thesis on character development, on running a business. It's never easy. There are new challenges that are driven every month, every day. You can wake up assuming that everything will be just fine, and then half a day later, things are turned upside down to a point that you have to really steer that boat back to safety. Now, some of the character that I've learned in being street smart in running this tide is learning as a leader to be calm when things are thick. Because what happens is that as a leader, people will look up to you and see if this guy is in panic, then kimemana. And everyone now is in panic, and there is nothing that you can be able to do to actually save the situation. So in everything that I've learned in life is to be able to be patient, is to be able to learn and be aware that people are watching you. And that at that point, you cannot make yourself vulnerable. Is when you're asked to stand strong and be bold about the decision and be very clear about the decision, whether good or bad, that at least you've made that decision, taken the decision. Leaders who do not take any action or make any decision, whether good or bad, those are not leaders that will be able to last very long. And those are not street smart people. Street smart requires a lot of grit, a lot of patience, and a lot of humility to being able to ensure that you're steering the latest style of what's going on within the business, because it's a growing tide. You'll have your calm days, you'll have your choppy seas, all in the same day, or otherwise, most of the time you try as much as possible to really steer things in calm waters, but life happens. But streetwise business is one of the things that I always say that you have to build upon, and it comes from experiences, and those experiences are good. And I always tell people that ideally, whenever you go through situations, especially the bad experiences, take those ones as lessons, and be very open-minded, as this has given me an opportunity to learn of what not to do. And the same, when you see people doing the same thing around the groups that you're always plugged in, getting to learn and opening up your mind to read what your peers, whether in the marketplace or in your business or in the workplace that you are at, you find that way you build a thicker skin, and you build knowledge that will help you steer those tides whenever you approach them. Otherwise, I'm thankful for all the questions that you've asked, and wish you a lovely, lovely evening. Yes, and it seems character development ain't bad at all. Yes, it ain't bad at all.
Okay. Thank you, IPDG Alex. I must say that was an insightful fellowship, both on Rotary's best practices in building friendship and building impactful friendship. And definitely takeaway number 2 is how to build a business with colleagues, with friends. And since we've hosted PDG Ken Mugisha before, and he also gave a very powerful talk. And I've interacted with, yourself and PDG, Ken, and you form a powerful team. Gentlemen who have really been business leaders in our region and across. So you are an inspiration. You have, you give us ideas on what is possible and what can be done. So I think before we close, I'll ask our president-elect, Gaia, to make a comment and also ask the question that he's squeezing in last minute. Gaia. Gaia, you are unmuted, but we can't hear you. Am I the only one? I can trust my internet now.
Someone please
We
confirm that
also
I
can't
wasn't
hear you.
speaking to myself. SK?
Now we can hear you.
Now we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. My apologies. I was battling two meetings earlier. We're organizing a session on youth entrepreneurship that will be held at the DCA, the first day of the DCA. So we're just sharing notes with other business leaders within our district, the likes of PDG Eric, the like of PDG Obath, and some of the leaders in Ethiopia. So, but I came in on time just as PDG Alex was starting his talk. So it's always good to hear from him. And it was good also meeting him on Saturday again after a while. So PDG, congratulations on always taking your time to share with us young people so that you can be able to walk in the right light. And being a club that has also gotten the opportunity to host PDG Ken Mugisha, we can see a lot of connecting knowledge in terms of the power of networking and the success in it. To those who are able to get a chance in the future to just be able to listen in on the larger and the wider story that of your relationship, I think it's one of the best practices and probably a learning. Probably Ken Mugisha and you should write a book on how to leverage relationships within Rotary so that we young people can also pick from that. And I think another speaker that we've hosted in the past who was also leverage on that is PDG. What I'm forgetting PDG's name. PDG. Yes, Emmanuel Katongole. Yes, Emmanuel Katongole, who has also succeeded in leveraging relationships within Rotary to really do amazing business. And to our guests and to our members, that is the value that we derive out of being members of Jabali, not of being members of Rotary. And such should not just be stories that we come in and listen in, but such should be lessons that we pick up and grow through. So thank you so much, PDG Alex. We appreciate your time this evening, and we appreciate you for always being a call away for us to indulge in your wisdom and for us to engage you. So thank you so much. And finally, to my question, which is not so serious, given chance, will you be DG again? Thank you so much. And back to you, SK through PDG.
Okay, PDG, you may answer the question as you give some closing remarks.
Gaia, you're a DRR who is not stressed. Would you be called back from retirement to? I think the journey that I went through as a district governor is one that I is probably one of the best experiences. No, it is the best experiences I've ever gone through in my leadership journey. And honestly speaking, I would never trade that off to anything, even from the best learnings or anything. Being a district governor was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever gone through in my life and my adult life as well. So with those memories, you don't repeat memories twice, especially when they have been their best. You do not want to tempt fate if things turn upside down. So it was a good run. You finished well. And I finished well, and now passed on the baton to your district governor and who will pass on her baton again to DG Leonard and so on. But it was a very good experience. And I want to also pass this opportunity for thanking each and every one of you who was part and parcel of this journey. And also a very proud moment for me that we got to charter this Rotary Club during my year as well. Thanks, and do have a lovely evening. And I look forward to seeing all of you who will be coming to Voi. They'll be traveling on Friday for the Raila conference there. And looking forward to some good catch up and fellowship thereafter every evening. Cheers and love.
Thank you, PDG Alex. This was definitely a very insightful evening, a very insightful discussion, and I hope our members have picked ideas of one, being a Rotarian, two, doing business, building friendships and relationships, leveraging on friendships and relationships, and you realize that what Rotary gives is not given by any other organization, as PDG Alex and also Gaia mentioned. So thank you very much, PDG. Thank you for your time. As advised earlier, PDG is the charter president and a member of Rotary Langata. Rotary Langata is the biggest Rotary club in our district, currently at 139, 140 members. And they have an induction tomorrow, closing that at 150 by end of tomorrow. So there's so much to learn. You can always fellowship with them on Thursdays at Royal Golf Club. That is on Gong Road. They have a social almost every other Friday. I think the Friday social is not very much advertised, but they have men's every quarter, which attended once or twice. They have very good installation and part of networking is going beyond Jabali, going back clubs, meeting Rotarians. All you need is your local team, and you'll definitely all you need is a local team, and you shall be.
SK, we lost you. Okay, he's gone. Gaia, would you kindly step in for him?
Okay, thank you, Ben. I don't know what's happening today. I've been working from home, and this has never happened. At least I've not been logged out of the meeting so many times in one meeting.
And
you can hear me now?
SK, on your behalf, I want to tell our guests that this never happens.
Yeah, this has never happened. I've been working from home for 2 months now, at least on most days. Anyway, apologies. Not sure. Nani nimekosea leo. So Ben, it was your turn. I think I had you come on. It's essay time, but just before essay, probably 2 announcements. And sadly now I can put on the screen, but Mutia will share the slides. He's always our backup IT person and our host every meeting. Next week, 15th, we have a training for new members. So since we chartered our Rotary Club last July, we've not had an induction of new members. Our goal was to ensure our charter members are solid, and we've gone through a very good 8 months. We still have our charter members, 38 charter members, and now we are looking to induct our first cohort of newbies after charter. So next week, this week, from last week, we've put together those who've been attending our fellowship and our activities, and we have a guest list of about 18. Yes, actually 18. Eva has called a few more in the last few days. And if you are looking to join our club and you've not gotten that call, please reach out to Eva. So we've this how to join Jabali is, you were introduced by someone, you want to join, you found us on socials, you contacted us, you've been interacting with us, and now we want to make it official that you're a member of Rotary Jabali. So if that is the case, if you've not been added to our WhatsApp group for new members, this is not the larger, we have a very large WhatsApp group, not that one. We have a specific one for new members. Please contact myself or Eva or Terrell or Gaia, and that shall be sorted. We have a training next Wednesday, and we hope to conduct our first induction as we install our second president. That is in the coming months. Installations happen in May, June, July. So in about 2-3 months, we'll be inducting new members, and we want all of us to be part of that celebration. And the second announcement so after 15th, our second fellowship is in 2 weeks. Our next fellowship is in 2 weeks. We'll communicate details from our speaker secretary, Dr. Elvis, PHF +1. I think we now have to be calling him Dr. Elvis, PHF +1. And yes, I think those are the 2 announcements of the evening. Eva has been circulating details about the DCA and the travel options, flight, land track, a variety of that. There are people who are doing one way on road and back on flight, or one way, or go to Addis on flight, come back on road. The rates have been advertised in our WhatsApp group. So should you want to join at the DCA and interact with Rotarians from across the district, don't miss the DCA Addis from the 11th to the 14th of May this year. With that, essay, over to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for the good talk, Mr. Alex. Unfortunately, I'm the only person who was not able to physically see you on Saturday. So I need to work on my deep state status going forward. So for essay, SK or Mr. Mutia able to display the details. So for this, we give both our happies and sads. You can unmute and talk, you can chat, you can type, I can read it out as well. For Jabali members, this goes directly to your Rotary donation. For guests, this goes to either club admin or projects. And the floor is opened. SK, you can put it on chat. Perfect. Perfect. So the till number is on chat. The floor is open. You can take advantage of this by telling us how your day was. It was nice. Giving some happies if it was bad. And give some sad, and we can give you some consoling messages.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
We're fine.
Yeah, I'm happy. I've seen a friend here. Richard, feel at home and welcome.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Kennedy, they should be Macau.
Yeah, 3 appies, 2 for our speaker today, and honoring our invite to give us a good talk. And the last happy dollar is for character development. It still remains undefeated.
Okay, okay. Madam Kaburu.
Today I haven't happy. I had an amazing day being International Women's Day. Got the opportunity to sit and listen to different women in the leadership space, directors, CEOs of various companies, some leaders in the government. So I'm happy about that.
Perfect, that's awesome. We got 3 happies from Madam Priska. Perfect. Going once, twice, and we're done. So thank you very much for that session, and I'll hand it over back to Mr. CP. Oh, Mr. CP, before I hand it over, we'll get 3 happies from Mr. Mutia. Back to you, SK.
All right. Thank you, Ben. Ken, I see your hand is still up. Eva, is that an additional happy dollar? 3 happies from Jess.
Oh yeah, and 5 happies from Irene, 2 for the speaker, 3 goes, which, or 3 is for the week, being very nice.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you, Irene. Anyone we might be closing out? No, I think we can give airtime to some of the people who've not had today. So let's see, Brian Kithiga, one of our guests, you could say hello. Calvin Odongi, you could say hello. Francis, we've not heard from you today. John, I think we can take 5 at a time. Please allow us some 6 minutes to 9:30 or to 1/2 the hour. So Brian, Calvin, Francis, please unmute, say hello. Let's know how you're doing. If you're in a position, put your camera on.
Hi, I'm Brian. Currently in Nairobi. I joined Rotary a few weeks ago, looking to be of service above myself, literally. And I'm doing okay. The week is, it's too long. It needs to end. And yeah, I'm glad to be here.
All right, thank you, Brian. And if I'm not wrong, either Eva or yourself or each other are called. Eva, have I helped you? Calvin?
Thank you, SK.
Sorry, I will who above?
Eva will reach out.
Okay, that's fine.
Calvin.
Okay, hi guys. Newbie here. Trying to get acquainted with everything. First day. I say thank you guys for giving us the opportunity for the newbies to listen to this initial presentation. I think from my end, I think there are quite a number of things that I need to learn.
Calvin is away. Francis, how are you? Have you been?
Yeah, I think SK's internet is actually acting up again. But yeah, but essentially, SK, what I was saying is thank you for giving us the opportunity to listen to you, to attend this first meeting. For us newbies, I think we still have quite a number of things to learn. Thank you, Eva, for the invite. I know with next week, when we're having that event, I think we'll get to know each other more. We'll get to share and more. Thank you and nice evening, all of you.
Okay, I promise not to talk again this evening. This shouldn't be happening that often. So I think we can do the last round. Francis. Okay, I think this is my last attempt. And I think we can officially close before now my internet goes off Kabitha. So in recognition of the Rotary Club of Nairobi Langata, the Rotaract Club of Nairobi Central, and Rotary Jabali, I give you Rotary and Rotaract the world of art. Thank you everyone for joining us. An announcement we forgot to make. We have Rotary merchandise, Rotary Jabali merchandise. Our merchandiser is Valentine. She has sent a link on chat. Please get your Rotary merchandise. This will ensure our club brand is out there and you can go to Rotary events in Rotary Jabali merchandise. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a lovely evening and a fruitful rest of the week.